Alright, so today was my last day of not on the job training. So today was what they call onboarding day. I believe it was our 4th day of training. No, that makes sense. I've been here 8 days. It seems like it's been much longer. I will tell you that everything will go very quickly within that first week. So for onboarding day, it was the day after discovery day for us, but it could be reversed in some situations. I know my roommate had her discovery day today and her onboarding day yesterday. What onboarding was, we started off in a computer lab. We had to take, essentially, it was like your smart serve if you're from Ontario, guidelines to be able to serve alcohol. We also took a small online course about the Disney dining plan, as well as some safety tips with chemicals and material safety data sheets, etc. Next step we did was head to costuming. For Canada, we actually have 2 costumes within food and beverage. So the popcorn cart is kind of the traditional plaid costume. So you start off on either podium or popcorn cart. I will be starting off on podium and then training on popcorn cart second. If you hear me referring to podium, that is essentially a host desk, so it's still non-tipped. And you might even switch back and forth, so once you're done training, you might have a popcorn shift and then a podium shift and a popcorn shift back and forth. Within podium, there is a lot of different roles. So you could be the seater, you could be the stalker. There's just a lot of different things that I'll be learning. We did get our schedules at the end of our discovery day for our training, but you are also going to have hub access at that point, so you will be able to see kind of before they give you your detailed schedule what your actual shifts are. I have 2 days off a week still, so today was my last day of formal training and I have 2 days off, and then I start my on-the-job training. You might go right into on-the-job training though. Some of the other Canadians have their first shift tomorrow. But for me, I'm lucky enough to have a couple of days off to relax, get my head together. So like I was saying, you have 2 different costumes in the Canada Pavilion. The traditional plaid is at the popcorn cart, and the server's uniform is actually the exact same as the podium uniform. The only difference is the color of the apron. So at podium, you use a white apron and servers have a black apron. So today's training, we got our costumes. After that, they took us to our restaurant Le Cellier and kind of showed us how to get to work the back way into the restaurant. And then we sat down, we talked about some safety precautions within the restaurant itself. And then we actually got to meet with one of our leaders for, I don't know, it might have been an hour and a half. She just went over an agenda that she had of things to talk to us about, including how to progress through the different roles and kind of the timeline that it'll take before you can start serving. It just gave us a more general idea of what we should be able to expect and what to do if we're ever in a situation where we're not comfortable. It was very overwhelming, I will say. It was a lot of information, but from my past experience, I know that I felt like this the last time, and then it's really easy to walk through every step of the way. So they're not trying to scare you, they're not trying to give you all the information at once. Our leader actually told us we don't want to tell you everything about everything just now because you'll get there. It is going to be overwhelming to kind of see what you're going to be doing for the next year of your life. I mean, just try and talk to your other cast members, see where they're at. If you have any questions, everyone's more than willing to help. It's Disney World, everyone's friendly. So talking about the expectations on either side, expectations for both us from what we can expect for our roles and our leaders, and what our leaders are expecting of us. There's not too much that you can film after you start going to your own part. You do have to kind of scan your ID in order to get into the cast areas, and anything beyond that you can't really film or take pictures. So it's hard to film during that training. Yeah, I wasn't really able to give you more than a sit down talk about it version of this training. So something that you'll be able to figure out once you get here. They'll walk you through it It's nothing hard. I'm feeling comfortable. I'm feeling good about everything. This is actually my first time in Le Cellier. I've never eaten there. I've never even walked around in there, so it was kind of cool. It is very small. I know that they say that it's the smallest in Epcot, but that dining room is really small. Today's also Valentine's Day. I have zero plans for Valentine's Day. But I will give you a Valentine's Day present. I will change into my costume, and you can go ahead and have a nice little chuckle about how wretched my costume is. It's not terrible. I've worked in worse outfits, but it's kind of hilarious. Hold on one sec, I'll go change. I was trying to set up my camera to show you my costume, and I was using my makeup mug that I keep all of my brushes in, and it has like beads that I stick them into, and I put it on top of the fridge, but then I open the freezer for something. Look what happened. Oh my god, can you see this? Oh no! They're like literally in my shoes. So like, this is my costume, but I'm gonna go and clean that up now. Okay, bye! This is what I just swept off the floor. No. Okay, so like hopefully you know what my costume looks like now. You've probably seen it in action. Wonderful. Okay, but like for reals, I want to like pose with my costume for you. So this is my costume that I'll be wearing when I work on podium. So I could be greeting guests or seating them. I'll even be bussing and resetting tables. This costume I'll be wearing at Promenade in the popcorn cart. So I'll be selling popcorn, Powerade, water, and 3 different types of draft beer, as well as some mixed drinks and shots. Thanks for watching.